Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
You're not wrong. She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds and the machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
Yeah, listen, we're looking for a suspect in this murder investigation, and we thought they might be hiding here, and then we saw the computer,
No one's
and...
hiding here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now, please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
Okay.
I should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Fine. Let's go back here while she's doing that. Stained glass window. In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She's impossibly tall, oval-faced, and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day, which we've heard a lot about. Cradled in the arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. We're not going to kneel. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snow drifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above you, feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you, as if under a microscope. Let's look up. The woman looks down at you standing there. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There's a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye. Of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who's still alive. What? You. No, she doesn't care about you. She only cares about her shiny sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time to leave. Well, maybe it's compassion. As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder, like the shape of the cross on the building too. Guess we'll do the same. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times as you stand in the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles, her distant smile sundered by the crack in the glass. How'd I know this is the mother of humanism? Reconstruct the cracked glass. Yes, please. We know this is Dolores Day. This is Dolores Day, Kim. The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of the Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records. Ah, you knew the place. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachel's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers. Okay, what else do you know? There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they called them. The 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the Revolution, or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps. He looks at the machinery. Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out. Hey, do you know why it was abandoned? I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here. Who conducted this raid? Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure. How come a lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information? Wait, so you're not sure? 3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. Well, I mean, I don't remember being here, but I'm pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters. Well, if I was here, I should find out what I was doing. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. No way, we're going in. We can ask about if he's a follower. Are you a follower of DeLoreanism? Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin. I didn't think you were spiritual. It's not spiritual. It's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance. Interesting. All right, let's see if we can reconstruct the crack. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an old woman beneath a younger one, and a text, a leitmotif, below them both. What shattered this mosaic? Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned, or just hooligans looking for something to break? Who's this older woman? The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She's depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsschapfel in the hand and a scepter in the other. This is her queen. Her innocence day advised above her herself. She herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, terriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in its dizzying detail. Well, what's the motto say? Below both women in luminous black letter, Après la vie, morte, après la vie, morte, après la morte, la vie de nouveau. And then along the side, Après le mont, le gris, après le gris, le mont de nouveau. Hey, Lieutenant, this used to say, after life, death. After death, a new life. After death, life again, he nods. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world. This exaltation is common in DeLorean secularism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM's slogan. No more, however. What's the motto now? Justice, union, prudence, and force. I think I like this one better. So do I. All right. The Mother of Humanism towers above the wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. How do I know this is the Mother of Humanism? Oof. It's a mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know is this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go, do something else, escape the sad, warlorn look. Okay. Should you have this thing turned on?
What is it?
Hey, I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal lock and wasted some paper.
Hey, are you the lead programmer of World Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or no, not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized, rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back. Well, sorry, but then who are you though? Like, what are you doing here?
I am Sona Lukanen Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
Impressive.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how can I help you.
Did she say over 16 years experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager. Hey, I got a few questions. You've seen the man living up in the rafters? No. But you know he's around. Yes. Well, he's seen you. And the crab man has seen you. I don't care. I don't care about crab men. That's what I'm going with. Wow, she really doesn't care. Not afraid, this one. Have you seen anyone suspicious, like a woman named Ruby? What? No one's suspicious around here. She has not seen her, sire, 'tis true. Why are there so many machines in this place? I brought them here. These are my machines. Don't touch anything. Yeah, okay. Why do you need the giant antenna? I use the AR-1 as my RAIM prefix processing unit. RAIM prefix? That's your radio computer, right? Mm-hmm. And that antenna is processing unit? Yes, you really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? I know a little. All right, well, all radio computers perform operation upon air, so in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. Oh, and the AR-1, it's a good antenna? I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. but it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing. She liked telling you this, it calmed her nerves. Well, what about those bowls of water over there? They are connected to my Ream prefect. Whatever you do, please don't move them, okay? Short and terse, there you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers. Right, I'll try not to touch anything. Great. What are you doing in the church? You really like those questions, don't you? Well, I need to make sure you're not hiding anything in here. No, I'm not. It's just me and the... Looks up at the ceiling without finishing her research. I'm just doing some research, that's all. What research? I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world. Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. Yeah, crazy, and sure. Lieutenant raises his brows, doesn't say anything. Is that hole connected to the data loss in your journal? Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Well, what do you mean by a hole in the world? Exactly what does it mean? There's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze upon you, eyes shining like pearls. Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is, because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist? She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer. It's a little above your pay grade at the moment. Well, just hold on a moment. Does it mean we're now living in a world that has holes in it? I don't know, are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. How do I figure it out? Well, I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it. You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does not exist. Which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydrotransducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well. Oh, okay. Well, why isn't it going well? Why not? Because it's just trial and error trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could stop talking and let me work. So maybe that microphone could help her. That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now. How do you feel about anodic dance music? I hate it. I bet she hasn't even heard it. Same here. It just doesn't connect, you know? Not like disco does anyway. Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but a sober mind just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. Right. How do I feel about a club for anodic dance music? This is about speed freaks in the 10th, right? Isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Oh, what do they want to build then? Take a guess, why don't you? Well, a youth center, I don't think so. Petting zoo, no idea. Elderly space, doubtful. Convinced they want to establish a nightclub. That's what they said anyways. They want to establish a nightclub for dance music. Said it's their dream. Lead programmer sighs. I can't believe they got to you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks. Good luck. I'm not coming in there. Alright, well, fine. So, tell Andre about Suna's thoughts on the nightclub. Get her to talk about the associates. Maybe she'll look up later after you help them set up the club. Ruby left the village, went up the coast, explored the coast for signs, determine where the shot came from, inspect the buoy. The buoy west of the boardwalk on the coast, somewhere in the reeds. That's what we need to find the documents. Okay. So, we needed, I can't remember what kind of check it was. Actually, we should be able to look in the journal. But I might need to invest a point, our next point, into that check by the church. Not C. Lang. Not a net. A cell. Here, I think. Was it empathy, where we tried to grab the thing? Andre of godly logic. We're going to go back to him. It's locked, though. Or, sorry. Yeah, godly logic. No, his is unlocked. Her empathy is legendary. What logic bonuses do we have? Glasses? Go logic there. Logic on the shirt, that's good. Okay. We can head back, but I want to just check out the rest of the area to see what else is going on. Just kind of get a lay of the land, as it were. We were blocked from coming to this side of the back area of the church from the right side. Money, thanks. Oh, cool. What's this? Like a little bunker. Rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. Maybe still attached to something? Barrel's been recently discarded. Smells of fuel oil. Unopenable. Open the door. It's a red check. Cannot retry. 4 interfacing. It's rated impossible. So I have to get incredibly lucky. An old door worn by elements guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been open in a long while. What is this thing anyway? It's a service depot of some sort. It used to service what? The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it. Well, could this structure have been used to take the shot? From here to the whirling, I can't see how the church is in the way. We could try it. Why not? Excellent. You rattle the door a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut. Hey, it's locked. How can we get in there, you think? We don't get in there. What do you mean? We get intellect everywhere. Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get through every single door. No, we've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everett knew that's part of our MO. I'm not going to accept this. This door could be part of the investigation, Kim. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus, they can't get in. He looks at the door with a rueful smile. Thought gained. One more door. Oh, I'll think about that. At least you think about opening it. About doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful will come from this. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it will. All these door checks are reopened now, I think. Cargo container door. Yeah, cool. One more door. Only 45 minutes. Get a temporary bonus to half-light. Yeah, all right. We can look for that. How close are we to leveling? 30? I'm going to scour these edges. Man, this is like huge. Cigarette butts cleaned under a rock. Brand Tiomutiri. You make a mental note. Tiomutiri. Seems important somehow. Cigarette butts. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. I noticed that sometimes the music gets really crazy loud. Could this be out by a buoy situation? Tiny inlets here off in the distance where the posts trail outwards. Hey, a nice scarf. Shivers, but minus a physical instrument. Fancy. This light springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind, probably from a date. Wear it if you want to delude yourself that spring's arrived. Maybe this is a good date spot. Ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air is eating away at it. Relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay barely. Is there something here you would indicate a sniper? Use this place as a nest from taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and dilapidated old comms tower. In the distance, you can hear breakers roar. I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there in the whirling and rags. Well, maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger, perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. He looks around. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful, there's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out B double prime, was it? Yeah, well, maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower to shoot there. It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from. What about the cigarette butts? Those? A smoking assailant who favors Teomutri to Astra or Druin? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for old men. Still, you felt it important enough to make a mental note. Inland Empire is really hammering on this. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast. Let's look to the water. Look over the water to the whirling in rags. There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay. Blue from the distance in the air. You see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. It's late. There's no light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. No shape behind it. Cluster must be out of town. Okay. Out on the town. Very unlikely that it's coming from this spot. The balcony is quite clearly the most obvious position, but... Broken control box for the relay tower. Alright. Anything else in this area? Not seeing any, like, buoys or... Oh, what's this? Boardwalk rises to your south. It casts a long shadow over you. Oh! This is the boardwalk. Okay. Isn't that where the thing might be? From where the shot came from. So Land's End, gone. Boardwalk we're going to check. And then an island. West of the boardwalk. Yeah, so it's going to be on the opposite side of this. Cool. Assuming it's still there. Hello. Rhetoric and empathy, white polo shirt. Probably the nicest thing we found. Shirt looks worn and smells a bit. You can't help but wonder, who would leave it stuffed in a tar container? What kind of man would even wear a polo shirt? This might be one of my life's mysteries that will never be solved. Rhetoric, because what's polo anyways? -1 to empathy. No, wait. What the hell is a polo? Fine then. Okay, so this all leads up from, I guess, beside the church area? Yeah, cool. A dead phone, smashed receiver like someone hung up too hard. You can imagine why calls become terrible sometimes. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome. What is this thing? Another phone? Yeah, okay. Metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone unless you're out of change. Is there anyone we need to call right now? I guess the idea is that... dial a random number. It's 10 cents. Let's go. Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up. Pierre, is that you? The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. Oh no. Yes, it's me, Pierre. So nice of you to finally call me. It gets so lonely, even the animals have died. Oh, well, that's not good. And you sure it's Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There's chrysanthemum. What? Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not. What the frick? Alright. That was worth 10 cents, I'd say. Before we continue down this boardwalk, let's just scout the whole left side here. There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep beneath the earth. What's in there? Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer. Kim, any idea what's down there? No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings. You think we might find Ruby down there? We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachel's sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building. Yeah, but not in there then, you're saying. I hope not. Let's yell into it. There's no echo, no answer. Okay, more of the wheels. This is the area we were in before, right? If we go south here. We were over here. Okay. Looks like we can head up the boardwalk this way too. Beams are splintered. The bridge didn't collapse on its own. Artillery broke it. Yeah, here it looks like we're wrapping all the way around. This area is massive, dudes. No boat in the boathouse today. This section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Nice. Hypno-gamma and savoir-faire at the cost of calculus. If your own stardom too dazzling for your eyes, can't bear to look at your own fabulous reflection in the mirror, then these classic oversized sunglasses are for you. Boathouse is shoddily constructed. Strong breeze might blow it over. Ancient painting is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench covered in rust. The scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other. Wow, this many bullet holes. A row, oh look at this, cool. Like a firing squad, holy shit. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There's many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet, no sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. What is this? It's from the Revolution. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier's loaded a rifle. Looks this way was a mass execution and everyone was fully armed. Him! Who was who in this execution? At first the lieutenant doesn't say a word, he just stares at the wall. I don't know. I don't know who died here. I lined up beside the horrible wall. Could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here are loyalists, conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War, or it could have been the communists put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. Could even have been the employees of the Feld R&D Center down the coast, as their buildings were taken over by the revolutionaries. Or maybe... Yeah, you mentioned coalition forces. Could have been them against the wall? And yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant, the superior given the orders. Let's look at the people against the wall. Hosts of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Let's look at the soldiers. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but which one? Look at the person standing on the side, this person here. The commandant was the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire cracking through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face. Huh. Cold sea wind blows away the figures. Interesting, not really that helpful. Sign says Entrée interdite. Oh, we have a point here too. Let's get rid of another thought so we can get one more door going. Let's see. What do we like? You know what? I think we're going to get rid of Lonesome Long Way Home. Speed gives one side. We haven't even really been using that. Let's do this one. God damn it. Cannot be. A disgrace. That door in the coast. You remember the one, right? The one that leads to the abandoned supply depot? Why in the name of all it's holy does it not open? Why? There has to be a way to get through the unopenable door. I totally feel that. This game is reading me now. By God, you're the police. All doors are supposed to be open to you. What will the others at the precinct think if you can't open a goddamn door? There must be a way. You're right. There must be. Maybe that's what this does, actually. Maybe this like gets us access to it. That would be kind of cool. More garbage. Another door we probably can't get into. Barred shut is inaccessible. Interrogate. +2 to logic. FLA and peepo. Minus perception. What is this? It's a small wire frame inside the futuristic looking FLM peepo hat. Gives the aerodynamic shape of a swoop skier's helmet, but none of its protective qualities. Covers the wearer's ears and eyebrows to bring down the drag coefficient. Well, we gave away our hat. We'll happily take this one. Logic's being boosted to 4 right now. So in total, we're sitting at 9. That's not bad. It's not bad. Door building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? I mean, I guess. Alcohol. Okay. We have a couple sources of alcohol now. Actually, we gave away our Commodore Red, didn't we? We gave that away to somebody. Old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. People paid money to park here? No one would pay now. You're right. They wouldn't. Okay, so this area is inaccessible, which is basically leading us to the boardwalk. Which is good, because west of the boardwalk, supposedly, there should be a buoy. Maybe here. Come on. Could this be the buoy Klaasje told you about? Yeah, maybe. Don't screw this up. Small, metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but if you look closer, that, over there, must be the buoy Klaasje told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look. Ooh, hidden things, secrets and lies. Pick up the buoy. You lift the buoy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied down or anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut. Let's examine the plastic ball. Plastic number 11 has been written into the yellow plastic. A latch holds it closed, but just barely. Simple construction, very unsafe. Let's shake the buoy. Something inside there. Let's sniff the buoy. Smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. The water, the side of the peninsula is cleaner, actually. Smells a little salty. Let's open it. A shot's glass worth of seawater pours out, some algae, and nothing else. Well, damn. Well, we're lucky it's still here. A little longer, it would have floated away. Lieutenant flashes a mirthless half smile. We still got here too late. There's nothing of use anymore. No document. Who do you think took them? I have no idea. Could be Ruby randomly. Could be anybody randomly, I guess. Or she could be lying. I mean, I guess this is like a minor quirk. We knew what was in the buoy anyway. Or think we do. This is a small loose end. Either way, not important, I hope. Well, maybe Klaasje took them herself. That may very well be the case. Nothing more for us to do here now. Let's go. You could ask the miss what he thinks later. If you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point. Okay, fair enough. Here's the alcohol. Okay, let's continue investigating the coast. Military blockades are riddled with bullet holes. Two random people about. Investigating, I don't know what he's looking at. Soggy log smells of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near to the ocean.
Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never.